Hello and welcome to Safety First. I'm your host, Chief Therese Homer from Miami-Dade College North Campus. Today we are happy to be joined by Ms. Priscilla Dames, President of Wingspan Seminars. Welcome to Safety First. Our topic today is conflict resolution. And before we get into actually all the questions that I have for you, can you tell us a little bit about Wingspan?
I am, but I am going to fool you by saying I have this thank you note to you. I met the chief several years ago. It was long ago that I realized and hadn't seen you for years. And I was so impressed by your presentation that you did on domestic violence that I remember writing a little note to myself that when you need someone to talk about this issue, call her back. And I kept this note all this time because I didn't know how to contact you.
Thank you so much.
I was in your audience. And in that note, it ended by saying I couldn't get to you. You were fantastic. I couldn't get to you, and it was evidenced how great you were because there were so many people around you, and they wouldn't let you stop at the end. So I thank you for the work that you do because all of us are so concerned about all the different types of violence.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think you're fantastic.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. And I left it in this original envelope, as you see how long ago I wrote that. Wingspan Seminars is a conflict resolution company. We do training in conflict, but basically it's strengthening relationships through understanding diversity. A lot of it is training, but the reason it's named seminars is because it's not just training. There's various types of forums, town hall meetings, and workshops, just dialogues.
And how long have you been doing this?
Actually, oh my goodness, age, oh my goodness. I've been facilitating areas of conflict. I started out with racial tensions with the Anti-Defamation League, and that was over 25 years ago. And it's been pretty constant, so I moved from racial tensions to being very involved in the school system, became a safe school specialist, and then launched my business 5 years ago. I started my doctorate several years ago, and I finished the coursework.
Well, congratulations. It's a lot of work. Now, what is conflict?
I'm glad you asked that because too often when we talk about conflict, it's always in a negative realm. And conflict it's not negative necessarily. It's normal. It's to be expected. If everybody was saying the same thing, it would be a very boring life. And any organization, church, institution, you need some conflict to progress. But what is interesting about the conflict is that it is multi-leveled and there are many ways how to handle conflict, so it turns into a positive situation rather than negative.
And so what is the reason for and what is conflict resolution?
It's knowing how to resolve the conflict so it's a win-win for everyone, because when there's conflict, there's a couple of different ways you can go. You can go towards conciliation and wanting peace with the other person, or you could retaliate saying, okay, if I'm not going to get them back today, I'm going to get them back later. And that retaliation can grow to the crisis, that end of the continuum.
Wow. So is the conflict resolution process the same for, I know you said conflict can be positive as well as negative. So is it the same for both? Positive or negative, or just the negative?
No, it is not the same. Now, when it is positive, if you and I have a disagreement, that's still conflict, but that's called a blip. And then we just use our social skills to handle that conflict, and we're still in love, we're still buddies, we're still family, and all of that. But then there's that next level that's a clash, and we may need someone to step in and assist us, and then it can escalate to the area of crisis, which it could lead to violence. So that's the negative. When it's positive, then we're just having a disagreement, and we have a win-win situation, and we resolve that, and that's through problem-solving skills, which that's where we're missing today. There are so many that do not have that, and it's not just the youth. The adults are not using some of those that they learn or never never learned them.
Great. So you need both parties to agree to resolve.
That's right.
A conflict.
That's right.
Because you can't do conflict resolution with one party. Is that correct?
That's right.
Now, I see our little teddy bear here. He's not a teddy bear.
He's my stuffed animal. He's my reindeer, and I'm so glad that you mentioned him.
And you want to tell us about Mr. Reindeer?
Yes. That end of conflict on that extreme is a crisis, and we do have so many crises going on. And as I said, it's with adults and with youth. But the biggest crisis right now is the crisis that we've just had in Haiti with the earthquake. And I don't like to refer to it as the Haitian crisis because so many of the Miamians, our neighbors, our sisters and brothers, are Haitians. So it is our crisis. Two of the areas, I am a crisis responder. I'm on the state team, and I'm a national crisis trainer. Two of the areas that are often left out when there's a crisis of this magnitude are the youth or the elderly, because people your age and mine, we tend to say, okay, the kids are all right, thank God, thank God. Okay, my mother, my grandmother seems to be okay, and we move along to take care of the business at hand, not realizing that the crisis have still affected them in many, many ways also. So one of the things that Wingspan has done, it's reached out to the youth. We do have a radio show, Blog Talk Radio show, and it's for youth by youth. Every month we have a different topic. And we had planned these way ahead of time, but once the crisis hit, we decided to give 50% dedicate 50% of the show to the Haitian crisis as a resource. Well, one of the shows we had a youth missionary on who had done work all over the world, and a couple of adult missionaries, Tim Tyler and his group. They just came back from Haiti, as a matter of fact. And the question is, what can youth do? Everybody does not have $100 or $1,000 to donate. So we said the youth can donate stuffed animals. One of the things you learn in crisis response is that the children are nervous and they need something warm to hold on to. Like Linus always carried around his blanket,
yes.
or else they will have a teddy bear. So many of those children are displaced in their homes there and here. Because we have a group of them that have already arrived in Miami and in Broward. So just giving those kids some type of stuffed animal to hold on to. And we've gotten fantastic support. Commissioner Audrey Edmondson, Mayor Andre Pierre, and it goes on and on and on. Thank you, Chili's Restaurant. So we are putting boxes in these locations, various locations, and then we're picking up the stuffed animal as the schools and these organizations are sponsoring and doing things so we could help get the stuffed animals to them. And if I may say, the Young Men's Preparatory Academy, that's my adopted school. I'm a Miami-Dade County Public School partner. And also Carroll City High School. They're very involved with us. Carroll City is collecting the stuffed animals for us also.
Now I was going to say, because we have, certainly, our college, Miami-Dade College, did a lot with support to after the Haitian, earthquake. And we certainly would like to do something involving the stuffed animals. How can we get involved? We have here at North Campus a College Crime Watch program. And we do a lot of things in the community, as well as the support council here on our campus as well. So how can we get involved in something like this if we wanted to participate with the animal?
I can give you our phone number or our email address.
Okay.
And all you have to do is give us a call or email. And as I said, we'll bring the bags if you prefer the big garbage bags. Some people prefer that. Some people prefer the boxes. And we send you the letter and the flyer, and it's that simple. We even have an organization that's willing to transport via air over to Haiti. But now we have so many children coming here that need our assistance that I have a feeling just by taking them to like hospital. Charlie Holmes and there's his place. There's so many organizations now that have children. So,
well, we'll certainly dialogue with you on that because I certainly want to get the Crime Watch program.
That would be great. That would be fantastic.
With that effort. So we talked about what are some of the types of seminars? Let me just tell you, we're going to be having a break soon. So
okay.
When you see me getting a little nervous, then it's time for a break. But what are some of the types of seminars that your organization provides?
Okay, I'll tell about the adults and then maybe